saying soon.
Okay, so what we're cooking today, I don't know if you heard, I was just giving the knife a little sharpening. And we're gonna cook a corned beef and cabbage, etc., etc. So we got our corned beef, got our crock pot. This is a meal that you can start in the morning, go to work. When you come home, you can turn it down, let it simmer for a little while longer, and then when you're ready for dinner, you get the family together and basically everything will be ready. Oh, I guess when you let it simmer, and that would be about the time you would cook your cabbage, but for right now, you take your corned beef. Let me get over to the sink. You got it sealed up pretty good, which is a good thing because they are messy. Okay, here's your spice packet. This comes in with your corned beef. You have a plastic container that has your spices, your corianders, etc., etc. You'll open this up and add it to your crock pot in a few minutes. Got some hardcore plastic on this one. Alrighty. Must be live TV, so I'm struggling to get it up. Okay, here. Okay, then when I put it in, I put it in, come around, and in the crock pot and onto the bottom. Cut open your spice packet. Dump your spices on your corned beef. At this point, you can turn your crock pot on because you still have to peel your carrots and cut your carrots up. And if you like red potatoes go good with it. The cabbage, I wait until about 40 minutes or so before we're gonna eat, and then I'll pull out some of the juice from this container and I'll put it in a pot with the cabbage, and the cabbage will be cut into like quarters or whatever for serving, but I want to use some of the juice from here so it gives it a nice flavor.
So the fat goes down bottom?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty sure it's fat. I'm pretty sure it's fat side down, so it hits and starts to dissolve. Carrots, you wanna. It's your choice on where you got your carrots and how clean they are. Whether you just wash them and cut the ends off and put them in as whole carrots, or if you peel the edges off but cut your ends off. And then you can slice them up and they'll cook faster, but being it's going to be in there all day, I hardly ever cut these things up. Maybe for length, I'll cut them up, but that's about it. But the carrots that we got, we buy the 10-pound bulk pack, so I don't feel comfortable just washing them off because don't know exactly where they come from, so I do lose some of the nutrients, unfortunately. But like I said, if the lengthwise, so they fit in your crock pot more, you can cut them.
That's it? That's how the size is?
Yeah, you can cut them like that, or if you want, you can cut them down more, you know.
Okay.
That way when you dish them out, you'll be able to fit them into a bowl for serving. And everybody can have their carrots. And then with your red potato, just wash your red potatoes. Small red potatoes are really good and sweet, so you just get them and you wash them and you throw those in your crock pot also.
But for this recipe, we don't have that one, right?
We're not doing potatoes this time because we really love carrots a lot. And we're cutting down
Carbohydrates.
a little bit on our carbs. So we're giving up the potato because there's a lot of salts and stuff in corned beef. But it's so yummy. So you, like that, you would add your carrots or add more carrots than that. And then you want to add, you gotta add your water. So you add water to your crock pot. You don't want to add too much water because remember you're gonna be gone at work. So you got enough water to cover. So corned beef is covered. Carrots are pretty much covered. And we take our crock pot.
Lock it.
We lock our crock pot down, almost like a pressure cooker. Of course, make sure your vent holes aren't plugged with something. Right here and here on our crock pot are vent holes, so it breathes.
Okay.
Just like a pressure cooker has a pressure steam release when it gets so far. And then turn that puppy on a high. And if you start this in the morning, you know, you leave for work at 7 in the morning, you come home, by the time you get home, say it's 5 o'clock at night, your carrots are way gonna be soft and done. So would your potatoes. That's why the bigger, if you're doing it an all-day crock like that, the bigger pieces you put in as far as carrots and potatoes, the better. If you're doing a faster version where you're going to be eating in, you know, like 4 hours, then you'd want to cut your potatoes and your carrots smaller because they'll cook faster. But there you are. Now tonight we'll be chowing down.
So how many hours? At least 8, maybe?
Like I said,
At high?
I put it on high when I leave in the morning. And when I get home, you know, you work an 8-hour day, you have an hour commute, whatever. You get home, turn it down. You could always get the fork out, give it the fork test, see if things are feeling soft and tender, and if they are, turn it down, put it on low. Then let it simmer until you're ready to eat. Best thing to do is, you know, first one home checks the crock pot. Living at the pound still. Be happy. Okay, is that enough carrots or do we need more?
I think it's pretty good. I put it on top of the meat. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's where we hope. Still cook because it steams and everything.
Alright.
Okay, so that's enough carrot.
Alright, so
Now we
that's
have
it.
to find a home. The next step on corned beef and cabbage is take your cabbage and you want to trim off the fresh end, you know, kind of like you would a Christmas tree or anything else. Then you'll quarter your cabbage, you know, that way, cut it in quarters, and then take it and
bang. Magic.
add the quarters into your corned beef and cabbage. Like I told you earlier, a lot of times I'll cook the cabbage off to the side. I'll just take juice from this and I'll put a bunch of scoops of juice into a Dutch oven or a pot and then put the cabbage in there and top it off a little bit with water. But being that we decided we weren't having potatoes this time, there was plenty of room in our crock pot, so I'm putting the cabbage in with the crock pot and probably give it like an hour or so for the cabbage to get in there and steam good and get flavor, because the meat still needed a little bit more time for cooking. And that's where we are at now.
Bada bing, bada bang.
Bada bing, bada bing, bada boom.
Bubble, bubble, play in trouble.
Well, our crock pot is boiling away. So, undo the top here.
Smell
Take
yummy.
Smell. How's your smell-o-vision working? Okay, let's check our cabbage. Look at that. Cabbage is cooked. Meat. Oh. Felt a little tough when I put the fork in.
So you put the cabbage too early, or?
Huh? I think this piece of meat might be just a little tough. Or I might have put it in a little early. I don't know. It was all hit and miss. Tell you what, it does taste good. Dig through the get. Piece I'm trying to get. Keep sliding. There it is. Give that little piece a try there and see how you think.
Alright, turning off.
Time to do some dishing. Nice little cabbage. This cabbage has to go. Yeah, cabbage brought some carrot with it. Okay.
That's it for the
That
cabbage.
looks like it got all the cabbage out. Add some carrots. Ooh, see how tender they are? They're falling apart. Yep. Tender little carrots. Tender little carrots. Okay, so you get the idea. You dish out all your carrots. And then after that, you'll dish out your meat and put that on a cutting board. So, be back to you in a couple minutes. Look at that corned beef. See? That's what, for some reason, might have been a late start or how thick it is. I think this might have to cook a little longer. Usually when I pull one of these out, they start falling all apart.
Yeah. Well, we got a late start too, so.
Yep, that we did.
Yeah.
So now we can get in there to dish out the rest of the carrots.
That's all that's left there.
That's all that's left in there is carrots. And we got the meat. Let's see. As you can see, the grain of the meat runs like this.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to cut it like that.
Oh, look at that. Yummy, yummy.
Might not be as tough as it looks. Look at how that's cutting. Cut on a bias. La-dee-dee. La-da-da. La-da-da. La-da-dee.
That looks yummy. Oops, it's dripping. There you go.
When you have a drip, you don't want it to go on your floor, so you prop your cutting board. My little trick here. So the cutting board is going to drip into the sink. Help with the cleanup. See the way that knife just went through there? Basically on that one I was kind of just pushing it straight down.
Yeah.
And that is a nice little knife. I cut up my cabbage like that and make a nice little bed. That way I got room to throw my carrots on there and my meat on there. And if you have potatoes, you can have your potatoes, you know. And then don't forget people like mustard and
Mustard.
yeah, with corned beef. People like mustard, that horseradish. Some people put butter on their cabbage. But at this point, it's all about you fix your plate how you grew up in your family and the flavors that you like to eat. So, oops. That wasn't a good one. That hit the floor. Yeah, so some carrot.
That's good. Another one. Look at that.
Yeah, so you get a little meat on your plate. Then
It's ready.
it's about ready. Except for I'm one of those ones that do like just a smidge of butter. Not a lot of butter, but I gotta have a little butter.
There you go.
There. Just a little butter so I know it's there, but not a lot to where I would super enjoy it, but it wouldn't enjoy my waistline. This will give my carrots a little butter, a little more flavor, and it goes down and it'll get into the cabbage. And everything is just going to be delicious. Regular red potatoes, they're pretty big. And then
what's the size like?
that's just a regular 3x3. And then you have your petites. These ones, if you put these, they're calling them minis. But if you can take these, just wash them and cook those whole. Just throw right in with your corned beef when you cook it in your crock pots.
Okay.
These ones you should like cut in half so it doesn't take up as much room. But these, they look really nice.
So this is the perfect one.
These are the petites. The regular size ones, they run like $1.50 a pound. These guys in this store, they're running $3 a pound. So smaller, more tender, more flavorful, twice the money.
So do you peel this one? Did you say? Oh, okay. So you put this one with your
Corned beef and cabbage.
corned beef and cabbage.
Yum yum.
Yummy, yummy.